So in this video, I want to share 10 habits that I use in order to stay organized as a working mom of two young kiddos. My name is Eddie. I am a therapist and mom coach, and I am like living for helping other middle-aged moms get their ish together. And I am so passionate about this because as a 48-year-old mom of two kids, ages 6 and 2, the idea of learning how to be a homemaker, I have realized is just, it's a skill that I did not have. And so I was living in a constant state, and sometimes I'm going to keep it real, sometimes I do, and like was in a constant state of overwhelm and anxiety by the state of my home, not realizing that like I just didn't have the right habits, I didn't have the right skills. And so I have used the mindset, the psychology, just all of the things in order to learn the skill of, let's say, homemaking, that has allowed me to navigate my own overwhelm and anxiety, and has allowed me to be the mom that I want to be, right? Because again, as an older mom, keeping up with these kiddos is a thing, and having to learn how to transition into life as a mom and just not in my career, that was a transition. And so I knew how hard it was for me, and still is sometimes. And so I want to help you learn the habits that can help you navigate your overwhelm and your anxiety. So let's get down to it. The first thing that I do is every month is that I do like my calendar. And I'm old school, right? So I love things pen and paper. Like I love writing things down. I love like seeing it on a piece of paper, not only for myself, but for everyone involved. Everyone in the family. Now, my kids are 6 and 2, so they can't read the calendar, but like this goes somewhere where everybody knows what's happening for the month, right? We have then a sense of what is going on so that we can plan accordingly, so that we eliminate the what do we have today, what's going on, where do I need to be, who do I need to, like, it's like, no, it is like, this is what we got going on. And then we reverse engineer to make sure that we accomplish the things that we need to do, because it's all written down. Now, this is one of several, like, I don't want to say planners, but this is one of several places where I document what's going on in our lives. I do it on my phone. I have a big, like, my like work planner that has my work stuff in it. It has, there's like the family one where like anybody could pick it up and see what we have going on, doctor's appointments, et cetera, et cetera. Just in case, I don't know, if like somebody needed to help us with the kids, they could look at the calendar and they could see what we have going on. Okay. So that's one. When I look at then this calendar and what we have going on, so for example, my husband has like evening meetings on some Mondays, and like this month is going to be a Tuesday. So based on that, I then will do, this is part 2 now, a monthly calendar for meals. Okay. Now this is part 2. And what I have done is not only plan the meals for the month, but I create themed like nights. So Mondays are soup nights. Tuesday is Taco Tuesday. Wednesday is, I don't even know, we're doing like either a hodgepodge. Thursday is leftovers. Fridays is pizza. And depending on what we got going on, there's either going to be like McDonald's. Weekends we kind of leave empty for like maybe some leftovers or takeout, or I will just pull out something that's in the freezer. Like, it's just, there is a level of eliminating the thinking about what's for dinner that is just saves my life, right? Because now I know, especially if I know I don't have anything on the weekends, I know, okay, this is going to be a weekend where I'm batch cooking, where we're going to be making batches of chili, or we're going to be making batches of lasagna or pot pies or whatever it is that we're going to then put in the freezer to have to pull out for Taco Tuesday or for chicken pot pie Monday or whatever it's going to be, right? So creating a monthly planner of what we're eating alleviates the decision making of what are we doing for dinner. What are we doing for dinner? Like, that's not doing that. That's like the second thing. The third thing, reducing the decision making around my wardrobe. If you've seen any of my other videos, if you've seen me, if you know me, you know that like I'm in my romper era now. This winter, so I'm usually wearing, but I have like three, no, I have five of these. Like I have two black, I have one white, I have one purple, I have one blue. Like I live for the romper. Like this is just what it is. Like it's comfortable. It's one piece. I eliminate the decision making around what am I wearing today? What am I wearing today? I don't want to have to think about it. Like I'm not doing it. So in the winter, it is like I just pull out the romper and I just like I that's one less thing that I have to think about. I also will think about doing, and I'm not great about this for my kids because my husband gets the kids dressed, or at least our 2-year-old, and our 6-year-old kind of picks his own clothes, so he gets himself dressed. But I try to think about the night before what the kids are wearing. So if I am thinking like, oh, okay, I know it's going to be like 2 degrees tomorrow. I just want to make sure that like she's got her sweaters, like everything is set to, like when my husband goes to get her dressed in the morning, he just has to pick out whatever. And she's getting to an age where she's saying, I don't want to wear this, I don't want to wear that, and we're having to do the this or that, right? Like we just give her the option of 2 things. We don't like let her have free reign, but you just reduce your options in terms of your decision making around what am I wearing. So the first 3 habits are a little bit more around like automating. Just create it, like set it and forget it. At the beginning of the month, you set it and forget it. Like you just automate as much as you can to reduce the decision making that you have to do around your schedule, your life. Okay, that's the third thing. The fourth thing that I have done, which is a habit that I have incorporated, is learning how to create my schedule around time blocks. So, as a therapist, former, I don't want to say disorganized person, but I was just more of a freewheeling, like I'll just kind of go with the flow. I was very about like, I'm flexible, I go with the flow. As I had to navigate working like 2 jobs and going to school and kids and all of these things, it became very clear to me that I needed a more structured routine. And now that I have the 2 kids, like I have dialed that back even more. So before I used to see clients like every day, and it would be hodgepodge. It would be like I'd see clients in the morning, I'd see clients in the afternoon, sometimes I'd see clients in the evening. Like it would just be, and then you'd have the decision of like, well, who's going to watch my kids? Is somebody available to watch my kid? Like, are they going to go to aftercare? Like it just, that creates overwhelm because you're always having to decide, oh, a client wants to come in on a Tuesday at 7. And so I have to figure out, is my husband around? Does he not have a meeting? Okay, let me look at the calendar. Like I have really streamlined my schedule to say that I see clients 2.5 days a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Friday mornings. And then even on Tuesdays and Thursdays, like I will see clients from like 10 to 2. You know, like it will just be like that, or it will be Fridays like 9 to 12. Like I have just streamlined when I see clients so that I know that I'm only seeing clients on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and then Fridays are like a, you know, like a makeup day or whatever the case is. I have leaned into my energy and navigating my energy. That's like part of like, you know, the fifth thing is listening to my body and listening to my energy. I am a morning person. I have recognized that I am like, I do well in the mornings. By the time it gets to afternoon, like I'm not that great. And so the idea of when I used to have clients from like 9 in the morning till like 6 o'clock at night, like I was burnt out and I was crispy, man. Like I was just crispy. And so I had to lean into this idea of like, I don't have it to do the 9 to 3, on top of the fact that my son gets off the bus now at 4 o'clock. So even if I wanted to, I couldn't unless I wanted to do aftercare and all that. But like, I just don't have the energy for that. So I like have structured my calendar, have structured my days so that I am like seeing clients on specific days. And then I like check out at a certain time. And so like I'm done from like working mode into mom mode. And that is the other habit that I have incorporated is having a transition periods, right? Like as a mom who like works from home some days and I go to an office, like my commute is like less than 10 minutes. Like I use the transition time. I use even more transition time for things for me. Like that is my form of like self-care. So as I've said, like I will work whether I'm seeing a client or whether I'm writing or whether I'm recording or whatever it is that I'm doing. I'm working from like 9 to 2. And then from 2 to 3, I'm going on my walk. I'm just having like downtime, decompression time. That's my transition. When the alarm goes off at 2, that tells me I'm done in work mode and I'm now transitioning into mom mode. And before I just jump right into mom mode of getting my kid off the bus at 4 o'clock, it is like, okay, from 2 to 3, that's my time to just decompress, right? It is like from 2 to 3, I'm going on my walks. I'm listening to my podcast. I'm just doing something fun for me. I'm maybe like watering my plants. I'm doing the transition and I have the transitions built throughout my day. So from like 8:30 or like from 8 to 8:30 when I'm waiting for my son to get off the bus, like that's the transition that I'm starting to make where I'm like doing the brain dump and the to-do list so that when like I'm going to take 10 minutes after he gets off the bus to decompress, look at the to-do list, just kind of brain dump, and then I'm going to start my day at like 9 and then I go till 2 to do my walk and I have the transition time and then I'm in mom mode, right? And then I'm in mom mode from like 5 to 9. And even within the mom mode, there's a transition from we're doing dinner and homework and activities and we're doing all of the things. And then now I'm cleaning the kitchen. It's the closeout shift where I'm cleaning the kitchen. That is part of the routine. That's also a habit that like the kitchen is the zone that gets cleaned every night, every night. That's also another habit. The kitchen gets cleaned every night. And when I say clean, it's not a deep clean. It's just like a wiping of the counters, clearing the counters, emptying the sink, cleaning the sink. Like that sink needs to be empty and it needs to be shiny. And that tells me like I'm done, right? The kitchen is closed. Like we're going to have dessert. Kitchen is closed. Like I'm not cleaning any dishes. We're going to have dessert. Whatever is like a bowl of ice cream, that's just going to go in a dishwasher. But for the most part, like it's done, right? So that when I sit down and hand my kids their bowl of ice cream or I have a cookie or I have a bowl of yogurt or whatever it is, that's done. My transition now is done and I'm going to be transitioning into the evening, which is like my nighttime routine, which is like getting in my pajamas, getting the kids, whatever. And then I'm reading. That's transition time. So that's the transition. The next habit that I do is I do a brain dump. Okay. Like it is like a daily, weekly, monthly, like there's just a brain dump. Like as moms, we like have all the things, right? We have all of the things. I will not keep this up in my head. So I do brain dumps and like the brain dumps look a little crazy, right? Cause they're like on all kinds of pieces of paper. I will use it in, I'll use a marker. I'll do it like I'll use it on a piece of paper. I have Post-it notes. Like it is just there's just brain dumping that is happening, right? And that is just getting it from over here onto a piece of paper. Again, I am old school. I like old school. I want to brain dump it. I want to just like have it on it like in front of me. And also that I could share with my husband to just be like, this is what we got going on. Like Valentine's Day is coming, for example, and I have to get like Valentine's Day cards and packages and all that stuff for the kiddos. Like there's a brain dump. There's a brain dump, right? And when I look at the brain dump, it can feel overwhelming. But I use that then to, this is the next habit, is to prioritize what is important. What is important to get done during like during mom work, and there's a brain dump for like work stuff, and then there's a brain dump for like mom stuff, tasks like house stuff, right? And when you do the brain dump, you put it on a piece of paper, you then prioritize. Okay, is there a time deadline? When is this stuff due? So you push it up in your calendar as to like when this stuff has to get done. If it's just, for example, I have to call the electrician, right? Like I have to do that, right? But in terms of priorities, there's not a deadline to it. I'd like it done, but there's deadlines. Like I have to get the kids' Valentine's Day packages done by this week. And so like that gets priority and that gets top billing. And therefore that gets then put in the calendar of where is that going to fit in the calendar. Now, I said that I batch my week in time zone and in blocks. So for example, my Mondays or Fridays, depending on if I have clients or not, my Mondays or my Fridays are my errand days. So I will batch my errands into one day where it may look like I'm running around with a chicken with my head cut off, but like I know that I have these 4 or 5 things that need to get done on a Monday or a Friday. And so it is like, I know that I have to schedule blood work for me. I know I have to like actual go get the blood work. I know that I have to get the Valentine's Day gifts. I know that I have to, pick up some things from my father-in-law. Like there's just, so there's the brain dump that has happened. I'm looking at what are the priorities. Like when I look at my schedule, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays are like, I'm in full like working mode, right? But Mondays and Fridays are errand days. And so I'm going to say, okay, what can I do on Mondays and what can I do on Fridays? And I batch those errands. For me personally, I have learned that I don't do well with trying to squeeze in an errand here and there. Maybe you can do that, but for me, like that creates a level of overwhelm because I'm like, I have to go over here. I have to be back in time for my son. I have to be back in time for a session. I have to that just creates overwhelm. I'm not doing it. So I create the opportunity to say, okay, these errands you're going to get run during the week. And then whatever doesn't get done, either I'll ask my husband, like, can you do this or pick this up or whatever? Or he'll say, I'll take that on and you'll take that on and we'll like divide and conquer. Right. And then the stuff will get done on the weekends maybe or what have you. But I will batch my tasks so that I am, again, when it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm in work mode from the morning time. And then I'm in mom mode in the afternoon and evening. And then all of these other things will get done. The other habit that I have gotten into, which is I'm still struggling with this, but when I am good about it, like, man, it's a game changer. And this is where I clean in zones. And I'm pretty good about it, but life is lifing. And so I'm not able to clean in zones. I will take every week and I will just clean one zone a week. I will do like the everyday, like vacuuming and like again, cleaning. Like there are daily tasks that need to be done, organizing the paperwork, whatever the thing is. But for the most part, I will take 1 week and I will pick a zone and I will clean that zone for the week. And I will take 15 minutes that I can find to just clean that zone. Because what I'm saying is that I am going to make sure that there's no, what we like to call in the psychology space, open loops. When you have all of these projects in all of these areas and you got to put away the laundry and you got to clean up, turn the light bulb and you got to do vacuum that and then you have to dust over here and then you have to make sure this is over here. Like the multitasking, we need to stop with that. Like I think that there's enough research out there that shows that the multitasking is not good for our mental health. And so that also applies to our homes. And so for me, I pick a zone. This week it is the kitchen zone. And I have a checklist, which is part of my program. If you're interested in that, I will put that in the link. But one of the things that I do is that I just focus on the kitchen for the week. So that means cleaning out the garbage bins. That means cleaning out the fridge, throwing out old food, changing the foil in the toaster oven, changing the aluminum foil, going through the pantry and just kind of doing an assessment of the pantry, throwing out expired foods, like dusting the lamps in the kitchen, doing like the baseboards, wiping down the light switch things, doing the baseboards, like 15 minutes a day in the zone that I know, for the month, that zone is cleaned. And then the next week will be the living room zone where it's kind of a deep clean so that I'm not left around springtime having to do a deep clean where now I'm overwhelmed because I have to clean my entire house over the course of spring or spring break or whatever the thing is while life is lifing, right? And the beauty of cleaning in zones is that you may not have gotten to all of it this month, but you're going to get back to it next month. Next month, you'll have another opportunity to clean the things that you didn't clean or to touch the garbage bins again. Now, some people are like, I can't wait a month to clean my garbage bins. Good for you. Like that's for some people. But for me, again, as a working mom, I have found what works, and so I'm sharing with you what works, and I'm just like, do what works for you. But I have found that by working in zones, I have reduced my overwhelm and my anxiety, because I know I've touched that zone. It's good. It's not perfect. It's pretty good. It's really good, actually. And I know I will get back to it next month, or I know that if life is lifing at the end of the week and I didn't get to everything, I know that I've touched some parts of the kitchen or the bedroom or the dining room or the whatever that has allowed me to feel good about like my space. Okay. So that is another habit that I've gotten into, which like really when I'm on the ball is a game changer and has reduced my overwhelm and my anxiety. The next habit that I will share with you is that I clean as I go. So for some people, they like to just wait until the last minute and just clean all at once. I am a type of person that's like, let's clean as we go. So when I'm cooking, I will be putting things in the sink. Sometimes I will be washing them, or while something is cooking in the oven, I will be washing, or it's in the crock pot, I will be washing, putting things away. I take off my coat. I put it right in the closet. My kids not so great about that, but they'll come home and they'll take off their stuff and they'll just like put it wherever. I will follow behind them and I'll hang up their stuff. I clean as I go. We do our homework. Let's do our homework. We're done with the homework. We're done. We're like, there is just an open and closed loop. Like, it's good. Close the loop. I don't want to have to still be thinking about what did I not do, or what do I still have to put away, or what, like, and then it's just the overwhelm, because it compounds, so that there is this element of just like you're overwhelmed by all the stuff, as opposed to if you just pick up a little bit at a time, you just reduce the capacity for overwhelm, because you have at least gotten some things done, that you just are like, okay, I know that like the coats have been hung up, so that when we're ready in the morning to get the coats, they've been hung up. I know that the clothes and the gloves and the scarves are in their bins, and so they're ready to go. And then I don't have to worry about like, now it's the morning time and where are your clothes? Where are your socks? Where are your gloves? Oh my God. I'm not doing all that. Like it's like we've cleaned as we go, so that I know it's there. Your keys, are they in the bowl? Like, it's there. And so that's another habit that I've gotten into, that is just like clean as you go, right? Like, don't wait until the last minute to then have to do everything, because then you're going to get overwhelmed, and then you're going to feel like you're not making any progress, and then you're starting the day overwhelmed. You're starting the day just like in a bad mood, because like you just didn't get things done. And I get it. Like, you want to just sit down and you just want to veg out, and you want to, especially I get like, for me, like, I hear crazy things and I just want to tune out. But this is where transitions for me helps, because I'm like not jumping from one thing to the next. I'm giving myself the opportunity for transition. So that is where this is where I wrote my to-do list, my things that I wanted to share with you guys. So let me just recap. So I will meal plan for the month. I will organize everything in the calendar. We have theme nights for dinner. I will reduce my decision making by like having the simple wardrobe, the same meals every week for the month. Just reducing my decision making as much as possible. Another habit, doing a brain dump every day, every week, every month, and just then deciding what to prioritize. Batching tasks. So batching tasks via errand days versus like email days versus client days. Creating like your schedule in batches. Creating transitions. Like I said, I go from like mom transition to cleaning to work transition to mom transition, and in between that is like me time to just prepare myself for the next phase, the next chapter of what I'm doing. Focusing on one task at a time, focusing in zones, getting one thing done. And I don't say check that off the checklist, but like just saying, whew, okay, I know that I'm complete with this. It's done. It's done. And and then the last thing that I wanted to say is just the kind of a life thing. It's learning how to say no, and learning how to say no to like predominantly negative energy, right? Like the gossiping, the and I, and don't get me, I love a good TMZ. Like I love a good gossip every once in a while, but like really, I don't have the bandwidth and I don't have the energy and I don't have the time to engage in doom scrolling or like just the gossiping or people want to sit around and complain. I don't have it. So if there's an opportunity to say, hey, you want to get together, and I'm like, I have no problem saying no, because that is just not where I want to be. That I don't want to be in a space of overwhelm and anxiety, because I bring that home and I don't want that. So learning how to say no to things that just don't make you feel good. I get it. As a mom, you have to do things you don't want to do. Got it. But there are certain things that you have control over that you can say no to. And I invite you to say no to those things. So, like I said, if you are interested in my like cleaning system, my organizing system, it's kind of like I call it the mom reset homemaking system, where I recognize that we as working moms, a lot of times we have not been taught how to take care of our homes, but our homes are reflections of us, and our homes need to support us and our well-being. And so it is important that you get a handle on your home and being like the best homemaker you can be, so that your home can support you and your family. And so I have my program, I'll link it in the show notes. And like, yeah, if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and let me know if you want to see more of these videos. And I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.